Hello everyone out there on the internet, I'm Jack of all trades and we're here, Shingeki No Kyojin Attack on Titan Season 4, the final season, episode 6. Episode 65 of the entire show so far. Okay, so, last episode was rather crazy in terms of reveals and great character moments. But I have a strange feeling this one is going to be very action-based. Because we just had Eren, the founding the Attack Titan, transform, killing who knows how many people in that building. Reiner and Falco down in the basement. Again, Reiner's great moment turning to prioritize protecting Falco. That was great. Willy has been crushed and tossed up in the air. Some people pointed out he's been tossed up in the air, so Eren's mouth is open. So is he planning to eat Willy in the hopes of gaining the Warhammer Titan? That'll be interesting. Though from the trailers, I assume not. And from the title, the Warhammer Titan, I'm assuming not. Again, before I hit play, my prediction is the Warhammer Titan is either who I'm assuming is Willy's wife, or that tall guard who was with the Tiber family the whole time. I do want to say my Promised Neverland reactions are a little delayed. Had a bit of an issue editing them, but they will be up this week. In terms of the comments, no spoilers, please. No spoilers for anything beyond this episode. And if something happened to the manga that's been cut, don't tell me, because they might end up revisiting it at a later point. Cool. That's everything. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Again, I'm seeing Funimation have now added this graphic content warning for mature audiences only at the start. And I did just remember Peak and Galliard, Poco are down in this big Titan Shifter well. Thank you for clarifying in the comments that this is something Marley already had set up, and there's likely a bunch of them throughout the internment zone. Willy. So we're seeing... He's totally dead, which is why we're now getting this backstory, this family. And he's sad, and this music. So did he know he was going to his death? Yeah, did he know this was going to happen? I've seen people's conspiracy theories that he was in on something. He was... I don't know. Yeah. So he was expecting this. And from looks... She was expecting it. Oh, it might be the maid as opposed to the tall guard, but again, we've got the two of them, so they both went with. So that was the maid, not his wife. My mistake last episode. If I'm attacked. Okay, yes, they're expecting it, but not sure. With McGath. Again, McGath, not McGrath. Thanks for the corrections. I'm working on it, okay. The idea being to wipe out Parody, and then it's only the good Eldians left. Who's that? Didn't look like Sean. Someone else wearing one of those hats. I want one of those hats. What are those hats called? I've got a fedora, I've got a top hat, I've got a bunch of different hats, but I don't have one of those wide-brimmed ones. So, if he was expecting to die at this speech, perhaps that's why it was like the burden that's placed upon me, that whole thing. 2 episodes ago. When you rebuild it. Wow, even like standing up to say this to him in a wee carriage, yeah. Nice. Don't change on me now, Commander. That's a very good point to raise. Whether they're wearing military uniforms or not, what difference does that make? Because, you know, you shouldn't. We're totally just going to cut from these two talking to Willie's broken body flying through the air. Again, there's the chance that if he is the Warhammer Titan, that he could have transferred his consciousness to some other part of his body or whatever, unless that's an ability unique to the Armored, which doesn't seem likely. Victims of an unforeseen attack. The Soul Savior, yeah, similar to the whole Helos idea. Nice, okay. Magath is... Okay, cool. Also, I know that roar. Yeah, here we go. So yes, he's eating him. Also, CG. Oh, wow. And everyone's just sitting there stunned. Yeah, he took out tons of that building. Great shot. Oh, we're in it now, boys. Barita, baratititas, barbarias, baratititas. Rastis, right. So I'm expecting the rest of the season to be dealing with this fallout. It's just been a big fight. And I am expecting this episode to see some of our scouts, some of the advanced guard from Paradise, from Parody, because playing disguise with devil's faces. Oh, sorry, I'm expecting to see some of the advanced guard this episode, some of our scouts. Because we had that thing with that tall, blonde soldier with the short hair. Armin, in terms of peak recognizing Armin specifically, nah, but again, in terms of I went into that in the last reaction. Go check that out. The real enemy. War. My war. My war. Rastis. Here we go. The Warhammer Titan, yeah. Everyone fleeing. There's different places, people dead, yeah. The military all just sat there, and the guy in charge just sat there stunned. Yeah, gonna take him out, he's accepted it. And no, there was a punch, there wasn't anything. That was just flatten them. Okay, Gabby, Yudo. Oh, Zofia. Oh, wow. Oh, I was expecting one of them to die in this, like, conflict. But just that she just died in a chunk of rubble that went flying. Good job, Colt, but has Yudo just been, like, trampled as well? Oh my god! That was a great, like, match cut there from Ernestine, so it was almost like he was roaring. Brother, yes, okay. Was an undercover Tiber. Oh, and the head injury there. I want to go frame by frame for that wee transformation if it showed a bit of the face. Cool music choice. Oh, wow, that pose, that animation. I'm not even gonna let you finish. Punching the nape, trying to take out. It's the armored fists again, trying to take out the nape, destroy them before they get the chance. Great track playing right now. The founding Titan, the attack Titan, Eren Yeager. Because they've all just heard the big speech. Yeah, if you can take him out now. You will then have to deal with finding whoever now has the founding after Eren dies, but... Oh! What? Oh, it's that guy. He's gonna die. But what? It looked like that woman who was kind to them's dead as well. So it could just generate like weapons. My initial thought was like a Kamui there. Kill the Kill, the massive like spear. We're still carrying you though. So hopefully. He's so dead. He's so dead. Yeah, Falco. He was in the basement there, but he and Reiner have to have made it out of that. Peaks team, right? So left them a message. Yeah, when she hugged, she told like whispered in his ear. Yeah, saw that coming. So are they both gonna get? Right. Nice. ODM gear! How many? There was a lot of fires. I wasn't counting, but that sounded like quite a few. And that was 3. That's amazing! And it creates that big hammer. Oh! Oh, that shout. He's still fighting. Wow! This thing's busted! You can just generate that. And are these just regular cannons? Or are these perhaps those anti-Titan ones we saw before? Seemingly just regular? Yeah, anti-Titan. Yes. That's good, but then you do have the potential problem of having 3 Titans within one wielder. And we don't know if there's any potential negatives to that. But yes, if you kill Eren here, the attack and the founding just go to some random Eldian child being born, so that's potentially a bigger problem. You're calling that way too early. Ooh, he's getting out. Oh, that's so cool. The eyes back, he's got both his eyes. I do like the Warhammer's design with all that over the eyes and everything, sort of pink flesh underneath. What is... Oh, and I can talk! Yeah, I was gonna say he's emerged. He has to be doing something specific. There has to be something to gain. Yes! This track! 4 Thunder Spears simultaneously! Another bell! Oh, 2 volleys! All the pins simultaneously. Yes! Okay, so they've developed them with much longer pins, seemingly. She's still got the scarf! She's still got the scarf! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa! Sean, someone, who are all these people? There's so many people here! We only had 9 scouts last time we saw them! Ah! Okay, so they called him, he called them here. The Warhammer can make crossbows from the look of that? I'll read that later. Yep, very likely. And they're in a city again, so it's good setup for the ODM gear. And they're all using it's derived from Kenny's squads, the ODM gear like guns. But I assume they've come up with some solution to the whole you can only shoot the same direction you're firing the harpoons. Magath's not dead there. Magath's not dead there. At least he got out of that. No, it looks like you still have the same issue. Oh, that's John. Haha. Flock. His hair grown down more. Nice. I like that. I like that. He wasn't in the trailers, I don't think, so that's good to still seeing him. Still bringing this up. Good. That was his mentality about Erwin as well. What's Mika's perspective on this? It's like he's completely out of it apart from one foot to like keep it here almost. That wasn't enough. Transfer the consciousness. Yes, okay. How can it just do that? I'm reading that card. I'm wanting more of a technical explanation of how the Warhammer. Oh, okay. Uses hardening. Okay. Huh. So is the entire white a form of like hardened skin then? Just the layer over top? The crowded hospital. Oh, wow. Yudo. That's tragic. He died being trampled in the panic. That was so brutal, and Sophia died just in a piece of random debris. I don't know why they had to die again. We're doing the Gabby parallels with Eren. The guards who were at the gate. Mr. Gate Guard. This is crazy. Headshot. Are they gonna fire on her as well? Oh, Sasha. Oh, the reflection in her eye. Coney. I like we're using the CG for these transitions with them moving. That works. Is that... that's the light from the Titan? Yeah, from the cavern. What's the purpose of that? But Sasha as a sharp shooter makes so much sense. Having gone from bow and arrow and everything. Who are we missing? These three, Mikasa, Eren. We're missing Armin, Hanji, and Levi. We're still to see those three. Okay, but using the hardening, that works. And this one is just capable of making more complex things. That covers... that explains it fine for me. And again, sorry if I've missed anything. Trust me, I will have rewatched this many times before next week. Okay. Good javelin. Gonna try and pin Mikasa to a wall. Like a whip? Multiple whips there? Oh! Whoa! That's... I saw those white lines and thought that was the weapon it just used. That's amazingly clever. I love that Eren just dived off the roof there. No regard, because he knows he'll just transform and survive. And Magath... oh my gosh. And that just disconnects. Titan starts evaporating. Yep. Wow. Is that the Warhammer done? No way that's the Warhammer done. We're gonna have Falco and the others come in. Yeah, sorry, Galliard. That's what I meant. No way he lands this. No way, Levi. Wait, the jaw. Okay, didn't kill him. Just took out the jaw. Cool. That's cool. His face looks a little distorted being connected there. Yeah, Ackerman. This music turned really dramatic all of a sudden. But no, what's gonna happen here? Yeah, these guys aren't afraid of fighting titans. We've been doing that for ages. There's someone with long blonde hair earlier that I missed. Are we killing him here? That can ride off. Again, I'll censor that. I'm waiting for a post-credit scene. I always do anyway. But wow! I loved his little bit there. Can they see I'm a Titan? What? Where are they attack? Because he's so used to, you're a Titan. People aren't gonna mess with you. I mean, when they had that special tank and everything, they tried, and the anti-Titan cannons and everything, they tried, but... Could this outro mean that only Gabby, Reiner, and Falco are going to survive? They're the only characters from the group of warriors that are going to make it out of this? But no, the Warhammer appearing like that, I didn't even pick up on. I sort of took it in oh, this is cool. I didn't even realize, yeah, it formed from the feet. So I was like, oh, is the person going to be in the ankle or something? But no, there's the umbilical cord thing. That was well done. And just disconnect. Done. Preview. I don't want to see a preview. I don't want to see a preview. Wow. Okay, I was expecting something with the Panzer squad peaks, backpack buddies. I was expecting something with them. I was expecting either, okay, these are just more characters that our warrior cast are familiar with to see die in the coming episodes. But no, them all being shocked and everything because Peak went over and said, hey, this guy's shady, follow us. Works, great. That's all I want to say for the moment. Off the top of my head, let's jump back. So yeah, Willie was expecting to die here. His talk with McGrath is great, and I will read through all that another time. And that was good. That was 5 minutes until we got the OP. Yudo sees Zofia has been crushed and runs over to help and gets trampled. Colt again he and Reiner sort of taking the older brother sort of roles to these kids. We didn't even see Reiner this episode. We didn't even see Falco this episode either. So the maid was Willie's brother. You filled the Tiber's duty admirably. And the crackle. Don't think you see the Warhammer sort of face or anything in that transformation like we did with Bertolt and Reiner back in season 2, but it's still a very clever twist on it. And yeah, forming from the legs up is very cool. I love how intricately it's done. I've got to pause just now and sort of the legs forming, sort of the flesh all sort of flowered out, forming around it, and the muscles appearing, sort of the bones sort of fragmenting into position. It's not growing one by one. It is manifested, which is really cool. It's so well done. It's so well done. And the face, it's a great static shot here of it looking down at the skull, looking back at you, just the dark, empty voids, and then the eyes start to form in it, in the sockets, and the tongue starts to form in the mouth, and that's so well done. And the layers of muscle on the face, it's amazing. And then, again, I love Eren. I'm not even gonna let you finish. Just bang. Like that punch almost sends like the eye that's just formed out of the socket there as well. It's and the hand redoing the hardened skin, knuckle dustery things. I don't expect the Warhammer to die here, and again, it seems Eren's goal is just to eat the Warhammer here. Also, as far as we're aware, Willie is the first person Eren has consciously eaten. Deliberately, I'm gonna eat this person. There was his dad, but that was when he was a pure Titan and not in control of things. And now he's like, yeah. What is going on with Eren? And like Mikasa was almost like pleading with him to like stop this. Look at what you've done. You've killed innocents. You've killed civilians. You've killed children. I don't get why Magath sort of fired that gun there. Oh, it's sort of get everyone to shut up. Yeah, okay. I'm expecting Plink to die during this fight. He's not a particularly endearing character. But no, the 3D model for the attack looks great. The hair is done excellently. And the Warhammer's 3D model as well looks great. And it's well integrated to the point that the attacks are punching down on the head here in this shot. I'm legitimately not sure if the Warhammer is 2D in this shot or 3D in the shot, because it's just the legs sort of reacting as it's being pummeled. But no, so the Warhammer can just generate whatever it wants via hardening. That's a logical progression in terms of Eren building the big web, sort of branching protective armored bubble around them when they were in the cave. The cave is made from hardening, all those pillars and everything. The walls are made from hardening. It's a logical step, but makes a giant spike covered in a spiral of smaller spikes. And then more debris raining down from that. It's so well done. And the drunk guy and the woman just get taken out there. Again, it's versions of this track from the trailer that I don't know the name of. Remember it, people. I'm the one who took the first shot. That's why I did it as well. Okay. And this is their home. This the warriors in training. This is their home. Bureau. It's Peek and Poco getting out via help from the Panzer unit. That's great. And we've given them 10 minutes. Go get the cannons and everything ready. And Peek was saying, "Wait, don't just jump into the fight. Wait, we need to figure something." Didn't even get to finish as we just hear the scouts, the ODM gear. That sound. Oh. And this great POV shot winding through and then up. We see 4 or 5 people jumping in. But can you imagine Eren, the founding, the attack, and the Warhammer? The attack, aside from the Berserker mode at the end of season 1, which I doubt is going to come back, that was sort of an anime-only thing. Aside from that, the attack is it fights for freedom, there's all this sort of stuff, but it is ultimately sort of just a regular Titan at the moment. But with having already eaten that bottle to get hardening, plus this Warhammer ability, Eren's gonna be super he's already busted on like a global scale because of the potential to release the Titans from within the walls, plus help from royalty. But he'd be busted in like a one-on-one fight if he had the Warhammer ability too. I do love that it uses hammers as well. So it's not just called that. I did think as well, and the Warhammer does that sort of roar, that shout anyway. So that sounds like it's just the voice actor, no filters or anything put over it. But then later, yeah, because it is the voice actor that this one's just capable of talking, making it. We've had the Beast with Zeke, we've had Ymir's jaw. Aaron's grunted, but I don't count that. And but yeah, the Warhammer now that gives us 3 Talking Titan shifters, and then of course there was the Talking Titan back in that OVA. Link to the breakdown of that will be on screen. And then making sort of through the ground all these spikes, and it's a nice little touch. These spikes that come up through the ground have smaller spikes pointing back down to make it harder. So when it's through your foot, if you try and lift your foot, you'll have all these spikes dig into you as resistance as you try and lift up. I love that little detail. I have to assume, the Warhammer has this sort of stuff over the lower face, these sort of lines. It's a great design. I have to assume that it could just, like Annie, when Annie, the female Titan, went to eat air, and the jaw just, the skin around the face just ripped to allow the mouth to open wide. I have to assume that just happened here. It's in my head that would that happen, but it would probably be fine with the Warhammer if it ate Aaron. Sure, it doesn't have the person in the nape, but the person's still connected. That's fine. And I do hope we get a name for the Warhammer Titans shifter. Oh, so he emerges from the nape as a distraction to allow Mikasa to come in, and also to shout for Mikasa to... I wonder how long it's been since he saw Mikasa as well, because she's like, Aaron, come home. Oh, I just realized that tower with the spikes on it going up, that's in the background of the poster I've been using. That's that thing. Ah, okay. I just thought of that shot. I've seen that before. I just realized, yeah, it's on the poster. And it's Aaron. Do you have any last words? Just doesn't shout. Just says pretty calmly, "Now or never, Mikasa." And we get the whir and the firing, and it loops, and it's CG. Yeah, that's a CG Mikasa, but it moves so well. The shading on it's done great here. And again, I'm like, oh wow, fires 4 Thunder Spears. Fires 8 Thunder Spears! I wonder if the design's been like streamlined or what. I'm pretty sure they've got longer pins on them, but to be able to carry 8, I have to assume they've been made lighter, or at least they've made bigger apparatus to be able to carry more. But that's crazy. So the fact that I didn't get it, yeah, makes sense that the user being, the shifter being elsewhere. Again, via like this umbilical cord, which is great. Mikasa's first words to Eren, please. Eren, please come home. The mid card, the Warhammer Titan is encased in a shell created by its extraordinary hardening ability. It can use that same hardening ability to construct any weapon it envisions at will. I was going to say, okay, there has to be some limit on that. Again, based on that giant spike, the tiny spikes on the floor, a functional crossbow? Seemingly not. Encased in a shell created by its extraordinary hardening ability. So this one is that the armored is covered in armor. The Warhammer has a unique version of the hardening ability, is ultimately what I'm boiling this down to. Hence why, the armored is armored, but like we pointed out back in, season 2, it has places that aren't armored to allow for movement, If the whole thing was just covered in armor, it'd be stuck in the one pose. But no, this one's all covered, but it's able to move. It's somewhat malleable. I'm assuming it's a little thinner. And then also, making all these weapons is crazy. But no, so McGrath calls in a bunch of backup, which I imagine that's mainly to cover. I think that's just to explain why this fight over the next few episodes they don't just run out of Marleyan guys. It allows the scouts to keep killing off the soldiers on this side because they just keep coming in. So we're not questioning how are there so many here. And they throw a grenade into the room McGaff and these soldiers are in, and it explodes. But I'm fairly certain McGaff's not dead there. he needs to carry out Willie's sort of plan. And I'm sure people are going to like freeze frame shots of like the CG models of the scouts flying around and be like, this face looks terrible and yada yada yada. It's animation. It's meant to be seen in motion. Again, we're still firing into people's backs, but no, it looks like they haven't come up with much of a solution to the. Maybe they have. Maybe the bottom part of the gun is on a pivot. But it looks like you're still shooting the same direction, like you're firing the harpoons, but we're just aware of that. I don't even know if that weakness is going to be brought up, but I'm bearing that in mind because that was a weakness in the original versions of this ODM gear that, again, Kenny and his squad were using. What part of keeping civilian casualties to a minimum don't you get, Floch? But no, Jean, at least, like Aaron, has sort of spent some time living among them. I'm curious then how many of these guys were already here or came because of Aaron's letters, what exactly, or if we're even going to get that sort of information. But Floch points out, Aaron, he's telling us something to fight. We shouldn't just wait for our deaths in the walls. What we need is a devil like him again. Like Floch was going on about with Erwin, his loss is still felt. Mikasa and they'll be talking about coincidence. Well, they don't even talk. Aaron doesn't respond. Just, it's not over yet. And sees that it's getting back up. And we see it makes a crossbow, and it's like, yeah, get out of there. They both. Mikasa carrying him away. I just want to jump back because he's again, the Attack Titan Shingeki no Kyojin. Or Kyojin. Shingeki no Kyojin, I think. But we hear his inner monologue there. He says what the Warhammer Titan is. It's something Kyojin. Again, what is it?
Sensou no Kyojin.
Sensei no Kyojin? Just because I want to be able to say it, can someone... I'll put it through Google Translate, but that's never very reliable. Can someone tell me phonetically, like in English, how you pronounce the Warhammer Titan in Japanese? Out of my curiosity, I now also want to know how to pronounce all of them. But, yeah. Hardening to make whatever it needs. Again, I love that I said, it's like, I want an explanation for how it can do this, and Aaron just gives it to us. And again, Aaron wants to eat it. Which takes her by surprise as well. So I feel like he's very much keeping everyone out of the loop. Gabby goes... Sasha gets a headshot, no scope, just like a rifle of some kind. And again, Sasha, being the sharpshooter, just has an ammo belt. I love everyone's sort of equipped for different things. I love that. And again, this shot of Gabby just looking up in horror and terror with a reflection in the eyes. I wonder if they're designed slightly similarly intentionally or not. Did you forget about the lights? What's up with the lights? Curious what that's paying off to. Also, Connie's back. His hair's grown out a bit as well. I wonder if Aaron included in his letters this plan with the lights. I'm hearing like the strain on her teeth as Gabby's biting down their teeth. You can hear like a creaking almost. Oh, I hate that. And the lights, they're all in place. Things are going well for the time being. So yeah, I wonder what the lights are for. I'm not even going to try and theorize what the lights could possibly be for. Are they signaling? Are they setting up lights like a perimeter around the fight or something? I'm thinking because you had the Zeppelin and stuff for the episode 1 with Zeke and Reiner dropping down. But Reiner is somewhere in the chaos, or legs might be broken and healing, under debris or something nearby, protecting Falco under that house where Aaron transformed that basement. Also, Warhammer Titan has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pack. Yeah, Falco and Reiner. We lost Yudo and Zofia. No way we also simultaneously lost Reiner and Falco there. They're both alive. But they're here. Zeke's a little bit of a wild card here. Zeke, Armin, and Hanji are a bit of wild cards here. We haven't seen either of those three this episode. Again, I'm assuming Armin and Hanji will be on the Scouts' side, if not necessarily Aaron's side, because it seems he's sort of doing his own thing here, and everyone's just sort of come to back him up without necessarily knowing all the details. But Zeke, I'm not sure whose side he's on, because again, Eren said he was sending the letters to his family, so Zeke, but then he says, oh, it wasn't to my family, it was to my, it was Nakama, which is that, there was a great comment someone put somewhere online of like, oh, when Luffy says Nakama, it's like, yeah, friendship and everything, and well, hey. When Eren says it, oh no. Zeke's been sent to the gate, and those are the two gate guards there, or at least the two that we've seen from whichever gate they were on guard at. And Zeke's somewhere, that's something to still be aware of. We haven't seen him, but don't forget about him. So Mikasa fires 3 Thunder Spears into its the Warhammer Titan's leg there, but it's not the leg that's got like the umbilical cord. So I wonder, had Mikasa launched those into the other one and like blown off that leg, like disconnected it, would the Titan have just fallen and started steaming, and then it would grow back from that leg? That would have been a cool visual. Okay, people are almost certainly going to bring this up, so I'm just going to address it now. The use of the CG for the scouts and everything is fine and really well done here, but on a technical level, the previous stuff of the scout with Levi going through the buildings and environments and everything, all the craziness with that, and Mike and everyone doing the crazy ODM gear stuff in the 2D in the previous seasons, technically was more impressive, and I do prefer that. But for a fight on this scale, to get everyone doing all these great tricks and everything, doing it in CG, I have no complaints. It's great. It looks great. It blew up a chunk like the rest of the armor on the face sort of came off half there, so I have to assume the armor covering the Warhammer is just thinner. Again, otherwise, this would be the armored, because, it's using this hardening ability. And Eren realizes, let me see, yeah, it's attached to the foot and it's all over the place. No, I think it did use like a Cat O' Nine-Tails sort of weapon there, because there's the one attached to his leg, but there's also all these other streaks of white lying on the ground there. And again, we brought back a bunch of these like classic tracks or new versions of these tracks, and the soundtrack for this season's been great. I was listening to it on Spotify earlier, some of it. I love. It's such a little thing. I'm curious if it was in the manga, so whether I should give the credit to Isayama or give it to Mappa, specifically whoever storyboarded this moment of Eren standing on the roof, and he just jumps and dives off it because he's going to transform and he'll be fine. It's that sort of disregard almost that he's just willing to do that. It's a great little touch. It's a simple little thing, and I love it so much. Yeah, Magath, we see, yes, Magath is still alive along with a bunch of the soldiers, but they've taken damage, people helping each other walk along. Eren, like, the Attack Titan's eyes, like, the actual, like, iris and pupil almost look like sort of milky or whited out a little. I wonder if that's intentional and it's meant to mean something or what, or if it's just the model. Again, how does Magath say the Warhammer Titan there? Let me jump back and check. s4e6 no Kyojin. Yeah. I think I'm saying that right. Again, let me know phonetically, how do you pronounce in English the Warhammer Titan? That might end up being Armin if the hair was under the. There's this one character with like long-ish blonde hair that we've not seen before. Again, that could just be to make all these extra scouts and everything give some of them unique looks. Everyone sort of stops what they're doing and watches as Eren goes to try and bite through this. And I just noticed there's a shot right before you get the sort of gurgling as his mouth opens, and how wide the attack's mouth can open. But we get a quick shot before this moment of someone standing there with swords, and that's the first. I like the idea that Levi is like, these guns. I'm good with a sword, Where's my sword? I'm grabbing my sword. I like the idea that Levi's like, no, I don't like these guns. I'm sticking with what I know, He's reverse gripping this. This newfangled technology ain't for me. Again, I know they had guns within the walls. But and then we get the reveal Galliard's still there. Eren turns and sees him. You just have to think, if Levi wasn't there, if Levi was 5 meters further back, would Galliard would he have got Eren there? And everyone reacts, but then just this blur of light as he comes in, and it's the same thing they did to Reiner with the Thunder Spears. It was just the sword here, just sever, just cut the jaw so he can't bite. And that's the whole thing. The Jaw Titan can't bite. It can't use its jaw now until that heals. Captain Levi. Is that Ackerman? And that's a great little touch as Eren knocks him into the wall. He still have where his fingers, he's got those cuts in his shoulder there. That's great. And grabs him by the hair. This ain't looking good. He swipes and gets away. Thunder Spear stuff him getting away. It's crashing down because I get just how shocked he looks there. And again, I love seeing them inside the napes in this new season, in this new style. Looks great. And everyone's swooping around. These guys are just human, but yet they're coming to kill me. And the blood shot around his eyes there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. At least 18 people swarming him just here. These guys, they're the devil of paradise. And specifically ending on Levi there. Levi hasn't said a word this episode, and I know people will have felt his presence. Oh. Well done, Mappa. Well done. I'm super bummed right now, honestly, that I have to wait another week for the next episode. This was this episode. Again, I will read. You don't want to sit and just watch me read through it. I'll comment on it if there's anything big revelations I've come up with. But I'm going to read through what Willie and Wagath talked about at the start. Again, a little disappointed that I was wrong in that I was expecting it to be the guard as opposed to the maid. But nope, it was the maid, and they were in that room, just as Willie said, and that was Willie's sister, who, again, I hope we get a name for. Till next time, I have been Jack of all trades. This was a great episode. Once again, I'm not surprised, but yeah. Till next time, bye.